How does a superpower decapitate a regime without triggering a full-scale regional war? The answer lies not in massive invasion, but in surgical, intelligence-driven special operations. For years, intelligence agencies monitored the Venezuelan leadership's movements through advanced satellite surveillance. Analysts constructed a detailed pattern of life, mapping every meal, route, and safe house. They knew exactly where the target slept, mapping the specific layout of his quarters. But identifying the target is only the very first step in a complex kill chain. The real challenge is inserting operators into one of the world's most defended airspaces. Venezuelan airspace is guarded by Russian-made S-300 missile systems, creating a deadly denial zone. To penetrate this shield, the operation begins hundreds of miles away, at sea. A carrier strike group silently positions itself off the Caribbean coast, establishing immediate dominance. Virginia-class submarines slip beneath the surface, intercepting encrypted communications from the mainland. Surface destroyers enforce a maritime quarantine, cutting off any potential escape routes by sea. Meanwhile, an amphibious ready group deploys, feigning a massive coastal invasion to draw forces. This tactical distraction forces the regime to move elite guards away from the capital city. With the enemy distracted, the focus shifts to blinding their electronic eyes and ears. Electronic warfare becomes the invisible artillery, jamming radar frequencies along the infiltration corridor. Cyber warfare units simultaneously target the power grid, plunging key defensive sectors into darkness. The stage is set, but the physical path to the target remains perilous. High-altitude drones loiter above, beaming real-time thermal imagery back to command centers. They watch for the heat signatures of armored convoys mobilizing to protect the leader. Before boots touch the ground, air supremacy must be absolute and unquestionable. F-35 Lightning II fighters initiate the attack using stealth to bypass tracking radars. Their mission is not to destroy, but to suppress the S-300 batteries electronically. Behind them, EA-18G Growlers flood the spectrum with noise, masking the incoming transport fleet. But how do you deliver a heavy assault team deep into hostile urban terrain? The answer is the CV-22 Osprey, combining helicopter verticality with turboprop speed. Flying nap of the earth, they hug the terrain to stay beneath the enemy's radar horizon. Escorting them are MH-60 Blackhawks, modified for silent running and rapid assault. The package moves fast, a silent arrow aimed directly at the heart of Caracas. Seconds count as the team approaches the drop zone, guided by infrared markers. Back in the United States, this exact moment was rehearsed hundreds of times. Delta Force operators built a full-scale replica of the target's fortified safe house. They memorized every hallway, corner, and fatal funnel until the movement became muscle memory. They knew the target slept behind a bank vault-style steel door in a panic room. Conventional breaching charges are useless against the hardened bank vault specifications of the panic room. The solution was heavy-duty thermal cutters designed to slice through solid steel instantly. Now, on the ground, the simulation becomes reality as boots hit the compound roof. Operators breach the perimeter with suppressed weapons, eliminating exterior sentries within mere seconds.
Sector clear.
The stack moves fluidly, clearing rooms with a speed that overwhelms the confused guards. They reach the master suite, identifying the heavy steel door just as intelligence predicted. The thermal cutters ignite, burning through the hinges with intense, focused heat. Inside, the target attempts to engage the locking mechanism, but he is too slow. Speed is the weapon. The door is breached before the lock fully engages. Flashbangs detonate, disorienting the occupants as operators flood the panic room with precision. Target secured, moving to extraction. We are deep in hostile territory. The clock is ticking. Regime QRF is mobilizing. The city is waking up. They're closing the net, heavy armor inbound. The extraction plan relies on immediate, overwhelming firepower from the sky above. An AC-130 gunship enters the orbit, its cannons ready to clear a path. The gunship lays down a curtain of fire, destroying roadblocks and pursuing vehicles. Under this protective umbrella, the Ospreys return to the landing zone for extraction. The team boards rapidly, the target secured, leaving the burning compound behind them. As they lift off, F-16s provide a combat air patrol to chase away interceptors. The raid is a tactical success, decapitating the regime's leadership in one night. However, the geopolitical fallout of such a brazen operation is immediate and severe. Regional allies of the regime condemn the act, mobilizing their own military assets. Satellite imagery detects Russian long-range bombers moving to forward operating bases in the region. A tactical victory may have just ignited a strategic powder keg in the hemisphere. Will this surgical strike restore order or plunge the continent into a wider war?